Start out with, we are going to go over some vocabulary. First, we are going to define dividend, and a dividend is a whole number that is going to be divided by another number. Okay? Now, the divisor is a whole number we are dividing by. Alright? And the quotient is a whole number, which is the answer to the dividend divided by the divisor. And the remainder is the whole number that is left over. So, to write this as a formula, we would say A, the dividend, divided by D, the divisor, and we would get a quotient. And if the answer is not a whole number, we will continue dividing until we get a remainder, which is a whole number. Okay, today we are going to learn about the division algorithm, which is just a fancy way of saying how to divide using certain steps. And with this process, we are going to have a whole number, A, and also another whole number, D, except D cannot be equal to 0. And as shown here, A is going to be divided by D, which will result in our answer, called the quotient, a whole number. And if this answer has a little bit extra, like a remainder or maybe a decimal, we can continue doing the math, the division algorithm, to find the remainder, which is a whole number. Now I'm going to give an example of how to do the division algorithm. So we're going to start out with 5, and we need to separate 5 into 2 groups. Okay? So we're going to divide 5 by 2. The first thing we do is we ask ourselves, how many times can 2 go into the number 5 evenly? Well, if we know our times tables, we know that 2 times 2 equals 1, and 2 times 2 equals 4. We're getting really close to 5. 2 times 3 equals 6. Whoops, that's bigger than 5. So it looks like this is going to be our best bet. So we're going to put 2 up here to form our answer, our quotient. And we know that 2 times 2 is 4. So we are going to subtract 4 from 5 to figure out what we have left over, which is 1. And since 2 is bigger than 1, we're going to call this our remainder. So the answer, 5 divided by 2, is 2 with a remainder of 1. Another way to do this with a diagram is to kind of create a story problem. So let's say we have 2 kids and they want to divide 5 pumpkins into 2 equal groups. So what they do is they start taking pumpkins one by one, separate them into equal groups, and the rule is they can't cut pumpkins in half. They want to give the leftovers to their sister, but they don't know how many are left over. So they keep going until finally we have 2 equal groups of 2 and 1 left over, which matches our problem exactly.